now, so maybe about 2 or 3 years. I can't remember how long it's been out. I just started picking it up seriously.
Gotcha. Okay. And you like Gil? Is that the character you want to learn?
Uh, I'm messing around with Gil, but I like Kage and I like Ken.
Okay. Yeah, both of those are pretty good characters. Really, shadow characters, stuff like that. Okay. So I'm gonna take this kind of like like very beginner level. Obviously you probably play the game. Obviously you know some things, but I think you need like a fresh start, just so that you get a good handle on the fundamentals of the game. Um, Things like that. So, um, for for practice purposes, I'm gonna pick Ken. Um, just so you have an idea. Obviously, at the end of the day, you can press start or whatever. Um, Obviously, like when the way the game is and learning fundamentals, you don't have to choose a character right away. Eventually, with the stuff that I teach you today, you'll go on and try to see someone that you want to pick, and then you can kind of formulate what character you're gonna feel comfortable with, someone that you can use. That's kind of like the basis of the first step. You pick somebody. You obviously can pick someone you like, and if you like someone, enough, you can actually put in the time and effort to learn that character, right, and do stuff with it. Um, so we're gonna pick Ken. V trigger, V skill don't matter right now. Usually one is good. To be honest, all his V skill V triggers are really good. It's not really bad, but we'll get into the mechanics. Do you know how to use V skill and V triggers?
Yeah, for the most part.
Okay. Okay. Good. Yeah. If there's stuff that we'll just like go on and stuff like that. But I'll try to condense it just so that you get the most of it. Because usually first sessions are all about trying to get you the most information so that you can leave with something to work on, and then you formulate whatever you want to do. Okay, so do you know how to do, like, obviously nothing like too crazy, but like combos? Like, do you know how to cancel like button into fire into special? So like, a lot of people will do something like this and then fireball, right? That's not a combo. But if I do it together, it combos, right? Do you know how to do that? Like a special cancel?
Yeah.
Okay, cool, great. Alright. Um so the other thing is, obviously you know his moves, you got that down, which is good. Learning things like combos is really important. So like that's like a combo right there, which is crouching middle punch, back, and then back middle punch twice, or back middle punch, back heavy punch twice. So it's just like yeah, first crouching middle punch, and then back this one, back middle punch. There you go, good, right? And so you can do the same thing right there. So you can cancel that into a combo, right? Like you cancel that third hit. So do 1, 2, 3, and then cancel it into like a move, right? Like Tatsu, right? So you try it. So yeah, so crouching and then back middle punch. Yeah. Oh, it's okay. No, it's okay. Almost. Alright, well, we'll do it on the next one. But yeah, the hard part is when you do down, you want to go. When you stand up, you can press back and then make sure you do the same button that you're doing. So you just down and then up. Yep, just like that. Yep, just like that. And so on the third hit, go for the cancel. So you're gonna go into like any. You can go into any move. You can do Tatsu, I guess. Like down to back kick. Almost. Almost. So yeah, so it's so like, yeah, just like that. There you go. But the thing is that when you do the third hit, you want to cancel it on the third hit. So you do 1, 2, 3 Tatsu, right? Like at the same time. So on the third hit, you do your Tatsu, right?
Really fast.
Yeah, it's really fast. Yeah. But it's definitely doable. It's definitely doable. Just almost. Yeah. That was close. So yeah. Okay. So
I messed up a lot.
yeah. So basically, like, okay. So think of it. This is the trick to this move. Okay. So you don't have to press anything. Like, if you let go of the stick, if you just do back middle punch, you can press heavy punch right after that, and it will combo no matter what. So go ahead and do like back middle punch and then just press heavy punch. So like, there you go. See, so like, you don't need to do anything that's crazy, right? You don't need to like continue holding the stick or whatever that. So when you're pressing heavy punch, that gives you the time to input down the back kick, right? You can also do fireball, right? If you want to start off slow, you know, you can do that. Yeah, we'll wait for the next one. But it is kind of like one thing that you want to like, canceling in this game is just a timing issue. So like, you do have to input your move, you do have to input like your directions and all that stuff and complete it. But once you do, it's all about timing it and making sure that it's right there, you know, right there to utilize when you want to like cancel one move to another. It's the same thing as this, except this was one hit, but this is more of a, and then, you know, just like, I'm inputting deep the Tatsu, so go ahead and do Tatsu a couple times. Yeah, you can do that. All right, so just get the hang of it. Just do a couple times, like 2 more times.
Are you using middle or?
You can do middle. I mean, at the end of the day, you can use either or, any of them. But I'm doing medium. Almost. And it'll work even if I'm blocking, so it's okay. This saves this time. Alright. Almost. Try to do like a fireball. Like, let's just start with fireball. So do... That was good. Almost. That was good. That was a cancel though. That was good. Yeah. Back, and then... Yeah, that was a DP. It's still, you know, you're still getting it, which is okay. Just remember, like, there we go. Okay, so now do the same thing, same timing, but this time do down the back kick. There we go. There we go. That's how you do it. All right, that's how you do it. Do it one more time. Let's make sure you get it. Almost. Good. Okay. So now I'll let you hit me with it. So now go ahead and do it as a hit. There we go. Good job. See? So canceling in this game is very important to make sure when you get combos down and stuff like that. And this crouching gives you a lot of time to practice, you know, get that combo going. So when you start building up combos, essentially the way it works, the way I break it down when I'm learning a new character, is I basically tell myself, okay, what's the most hits I can do before I cancel, right? And once I get to the ending of that cancel, then I know I gotta finish it with a special move, right? So like, if I wanted to see like, okay, I got jab, right? But that's it. I can't do more than 2 jabs. So yeah, that doesn't reach anymore. So I just know that I can do, you know, something like that, like a cancel, right? Or go into a move like that. So I can do. So I know that it ends when the second jab, because I can fit 2 of them, right? So it's kind of important to, like, once you start building up combos, you start telling yourself, okay, well, how much can I do? How many moves can I do? And it's not that much. Usually it's 2. It could be 1. You know, so it's things like that you can do. So like, you know how I did, right? I did a 3-hit combo and then I can special cancel, right? Well, I can add in another one if I jump in. So I can, see, that's 4. See that? So it adds up. So yeah, jump ins are very important because it's basically like, you basically get a free hit. Not a free hit, but like basically you get to add 1 more for free because you're so plus. And we're gonna talk about that a little bit later. But think about that term plus, right? Because plus, you're gonna hear me say a lot of plus and minus stuff, and that's what frame data is all about. It's about understanding what's plus and what's minus. Because there are things that are punishable and there are things that are not. So like, go ahead and block low. So if I did this, guess what? That's punishable. That's negative, but that's very negative, right? So I'm gonna kind of like separate it into 3 categories. If I say it's plus, that means it's still your turn, right? If I say it's negative, it's not your turn, but you're not gonna get punished by it. You know, it's just, you know, something that it's their turn. It's your opponent's turn. If I say it's punishable, that means you can hit me whenever you finish blocking it. You can hit me. You get a free hit. right? And it doesn't mean every move, because it does matter on how big moves are, right? Like, I could do this, look how quick this move is, right? Very quick. But if I do something bigger, that's a lot longer, it takes a lot longer to hit. So that one's more frames, that takes more frames to activate, right? So, yeah.
Heavy moves are more punishable.
Right, exactly. So depending on how punishable it is, right? So like, you know, if I did something like go ahead and block low, if I go ahead and do something like one Tatsu like this, it's punishable, but it's not as punishable as this, right? Like that's very punishable. So
Okay.
your punishes are gonna change depending on what you're gonna do, right? So there's things that you can punish very fast. Like you could always punish with jab. So like go ahead and block this and then do like crouching jab. Okay, so okay, that's good. Alright, block this and then jab. See, those are all punishable. You could just say, "Oh, I punished you," but is that the most you can do? Is that the most damage you can do? Probably not. Go ahead and do Tatsu to me. See that? So the thing we learned, that combo we learned, right? I got to use it as a punish. I didn't finish it. I didn't get to do the cancel, but I got to use that as a way to finish and put more damage to you. Because at the end of the day, it's all about putting in the most damage you can do to someone. Okay, so it's very important to like learn your punishes, learn like what you're supposed to do. But this is very character specific. This is when we're talking about, okay, what does what character do, and how does each character punish the right way, things of that nature, right? So usually training mode and using the time to practice is basically used to optimize your damage. Like like I can do this as a punish, right? And then did that much damage. Look at your health, right? Or I can do something like that does more damage. So you can see, okay, well, what do I want to do? Both of these could punish, but which one's the better one, right? And you just decide. But you know, one of them used meter, one of them didn't. So you kind of have to manage that too. So that's the creativity about Street Fighter. That's the one though where you're able to pick and choose what kind of punishes you want. Sometimes you're gonna be ready for it, and sometimes you're not, right? So it's very important to practice this stuff.
When you're playing, are you like thinking like, yeah, I'm gonna save this meter for later or whatever? You just playing like, 'cause sometimes I feel like I just save my EX too much.
No, I am definitely I'm definitely managing it. Like for my character, since I use Chun Li, a lot of my punishes are with EX, so I can get the knockdown, right? Most important thing about punishing, right? If you were to do something, go ahead and do Tatsu. I'm gonna show you something. Okay, see, that's a punish. Punished you, right? Like if you just asked me to punish you, I completed what you wanted me to do. I punished you. Go ahead and do Tatsu again. See, this one actually got the knockdown, right? And that allowed me. That's gonna allow me to pressure you more. Now, when you get on the ground, when you're knocked down, it's over, right? There's no more damage that you're gonna take. But it depends on the situation that you are in. That when you get up, you might have to uh, decide what you're gonna block. If I'm gonna block, or if I'm gonna make you block, or I'm gonna make you throw. There's mix-ups and stuff like that, right? So it's kind of like essential to find something that's gonna knock down. You don't want to just get jab jab because one, you didn't do enough damage, and two, you didn't get the knockdown. So you really didn't gain anything, right? But if you get the knockdown, you can apply more pressure, right? If I knock you down, you know, and I stand right above you, I can make you block the next move because you don't have an invincible wake up until you have meter. And that's another reason why meter is very important. Is that you get an uppercut, right? If you knock me down, like go ahead and knock me down, like just do it, yeah. So I can do a DP on wake up, right? But that's not true. Like that doesn't work. If you press a button before I do that, yeah, I'm gonna get hit, right? Because it's not invincible. You know what I mean?
All the time.
Right. But what you need is EX. So if I were to, you know, get the meter for it, so now go ahead and knock me down, just sweep me. So now I have EX. I have an EX one, and that will work. No matter what you do, As long as you're not blocking it, you're gonna get hit, right? Like as long if you press a button or you go for a throw, that DP is gonna work because it's invincible, right? So that's the importance of meter. You need meter to allow you to get up sometimes. Now, is it very punishable? Yes, because if they block it, they're gonna do a lot of stuff, right? It's gonna be very, very punishable. But it's super important to understand that punishing and go ahead and hit me a couple times just so that you can take the round. Just go ahead, yeah. Right. I think you're good. Cool. So all this stuff is kind of important just to kind of, and also the other thing to take note of, EX does a little bit more damage most of the time. Not all the time, but most of the time EX does does a lot of damage. It's not like the biggest difference in the world, but it does a little bit more damage. So maybe one combo does 310, EX does like 320, so sometimes it makes difference, when you're trying to kill somebody. And obviously, if you don't use your meter and you get 3 bars, you have super, right? And there are super combos. So there is reason to keep your meter. I will say it's very rare that you need to use meter for combos, because like as long as you're kind of completing the first objective, which is knockdown, that's all that matters, right? It doesn't really matter that you're doing a little bit extra damage, not till later, not till you're about to kill them or something. Then you can spend the meter and stuff like that. Okay, so let's learn a couple more things. Like another combo that you can do is this is middle kick, heavy kick, standing middle kick, standing heavy kick. Good. So then you can cancel that standing heavy kick. So you can do 1, 2, and then taunt. This was a little bit more lenient than the back middle punch combo. So you could definitely cancel it. Yeah. So on that second kick, you want to cancel it. So right when you press that second kick, there you go. Perfect. Perfect. Okay. You can even do DP. And so, but I think for now, try to end things with medium Tatsu. So try to do medium kick, heavy kick, medium Tatsu. Good. The reason why is you get to stay kind of close to me when you get up, alright? When someone gets up. The whole point is when you do knock someone down, this is called meaties, okay? If I knock you down and you don't move, I get to strike you right there, right? And unless you DP, you have to block it, you have to respect it. But I can also, go for a throw too, right? So you kind of have that mercy. Now there's always ways to get out of everything, okay? If you think I'm gonna press a button like strike you, you block it. If you think I'm gonna throw you, you can backdash, or you can tech, right? So when you get up, just throw. You know how to throw, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so I'm gonna knock you down, and then you throw. Good, and that's how you defend against throw, right? So if you think they're gonna throw, that's what you want to do. Okay. Now, this is probably very important. Dude. I don't know if you know how to do it or not, but do you know how to rise up from the ground? So basically, like here, knock me down with a sweep. Do you know how to do that? That little back tech.
I think so.
Okay. So I'm gonna knock you down in 3, 2, 1. Alright. 3, 2, 1. There you go. Good. Alright. So usually it's 2 ways to do it. You can use the stick to do it, or you can press buttons. And the buttons is 3 kicks to go backwards, 3 punches to go up. So sweep me. Yeah, I can quick rise like that. Okay. It's very important not to do, like, go ahead and sweep me again. It's very important not to do this, where you don't do it. Because you give your opponent all the time in the world to do something to you, right?
Okay.
It's very important to keep, I think, for now, you should always backstep. For now, right? Eventually, there's gonna be reasons to do other ones. It's not like it's a big reason. It's mainly more of timing. So going back to frame data, right? Back teching is 4 frames slower than quick rising, but you can tell, hey, you're not going away from me too far, right? If you quick rise, you just go straight up, so you're not really, escaping me too much, but you get up 4 frames faster. I can still meet you. There's still timings that people can do, so that's why it's kind of like, well, what's the point? Why don't I just get away from you, and it works out, because a lot of setups don't work if you back tech. So when the more you back tech, the harder it becomes on your opponent to do meaties and stuff. But if you ever mess up and you don't do anything, it becomes apparent like, okay, they're gonna hit you, but they're gonna mix you up, and that's something you want to avoid. You always want to avoid that scenario because it's kind of like not unnecessary, but it's more like it's something that shouldn't have happened, right? You shouldn't have to guess at this point. Okay. All right. So let's talk about. We'll talk about me at the end because meaties is kind of hard and it's something that you can use to work on and stuff. But we'll definitely get into it in a bit. Any questions so far?
Nah, you pretty much covering some of the problems I've been having.
Okay, cool.
I didn't know about that back chapter.
Yeah, that's that was kind of one of the important ones. Okay. Your cross up move when you jump. So a lot of times when you jump, you're gonna hit them on the front side, right? This is the front side. But if you're closer, you can do jump middle kick and you hit on the back side. Right? This is cross up. So go ahead and jump at me, and then at the very end of your jump, press middle kick. But that's okay. There you go, good. And this allows you to combo, just like every jump in, like the jump we were talking about. This allows you to combo. So, whoops. That's a 2-hit combo. So I can basically go into whatever I want if I time it right. And that's why it's important. This is another thing about frame data. Okay, I can hit you at the top of my jump, but it's hard to get a combo. Like I could, but the combo doesn't come out very as smooth unless I do it really low. See that? And you have to make sure you time your button right when you land. Right, so I could do a full combo from a jump. See? So I could do that by practicing what we talked about, right? So go ahead and do jump middle kick and then do crouching middle punch right when you land. And it's fast, so don't think it's not. There you go, perfect. That's a fast combo, that's a fast jump in, and you're able to do it. I'm sure you've done the other ones, like, jumping from here, and you can do that, stuff like that. But now that you're able to try to piece combos together, you can see how great it is to land hits and to finish combos off. Again, it's so important when you get hits to try to get the knockdown. So you don't have to make it super, you can do something very easy. You can do and then Tatsu or something, right? You can make it. You could start off with combos that you're comfortable with, that you're able to just apply right away and get that necessity to get the combo. So if your combo is always gonna be like, and then something like that, that's perfect. That's fine. It works, right? But you gotta find something that's convenient for you and something that you can work on and master, and eventually you get into something that you want to do, right? Like eventually you're gonna want to do this combo. Okay? That's eventually where you want to get to, right? But you want to get there slowly. Right? You want to learn piece by piece, and then when you're ready for it, you can try it, right? This combo right here is basically we'll don't worry about the jumping because the jumping is easy to remember. Basically, this is crouching heavy punch into medium Tatsu. And you'll know it works because it gets you 3 hits. Alright, so I want you to do that. I want you to do crouching heavy punch into medium Tatsu. 3 hits, right? Good, perfect. Now this is the part that's kind of hard. So you're gonna have to input heavy DP right when you land. So right when you're gonna land, right? And you basically have to like input it and press the button right when his feet touch the ground. So you're kind of doing it a little early, right? It's not like you wait till you land and then do it. And it's not like you do DP right when you do Tatsu. You're gonna do Tatsu, you're gonna count 1, 2, 3, and then right when you count to the 3, the third hit, that's when you can do a DP. This one's gonna take a while, so I'll let you try it a couple times if you want to try it. Don't worry if you don't hit it, because DP is kind of a hard motion to do it, to do uppercut. But go ahead and try it. So you're gonna do Tatsu, yeah. Okay. Almost. That was good. That was a good try. That was a good try. Try one more time. Perfect. There we go. That was it. That was right on the money. Right on the money, right? You can also use light tatsu, and then do it with light tatsu as well. But obviously, medium tatsu gives you more. But I think you could do like something like that. You could do even like, I don't know. Sometimes it just depends on how high they go bounce. But sometimes this won't work, right? That's why you have to be really close to get that pop up, right? If I'm not close enough and I do something like this, it's not gonna work. It's gonna whiff, and that's where you want to be careful, because if you whiff, that's a crush count. Okay. Now, do you know what crush counters are?
Yeah, like when you start spinning around and stuff.
Right, like you hear the glass shatter and stuff. A lot of times it's when you, a lot of times it's when you block a DP or something like that. That's like the end result. Like whenever you block someone's uppercut or flash kick or spinning bird, whatever, right? Their reversal, you can punish it with a crush counter. And your main crush counters are gonna be with heavy kick and heavy punch. So like if you were to block, go ahead and block. I'm gonna do a DP, like yeah, you block low. I'm gonna do a DP, and right before I land, or right when I'm about to land, press heavy kick. Okay, so right, or that one, right, crouch or heavy punch. But I want you to do this kick, right, this heavy kick. Good. Okay, and then you can do a combo after that. So go ahead and Tatsumi, or go ahead and do a DP. Okay. Yeah, you can do stuff like that, or you can do one more. I think I'm gonna just do like an easy one. Yeah, that's like an easy one. Right? You can just do that. Okay. You know, there are ways to make it better, and there's a way to optimize this and make the right combos come out. Those you can just like find a good Ken to look up, or we can go over those kind of combos. But basically, you want to find something that works, right? Like you can do Tatsu. You can do like Tatsu into heavy DP or something. So at the end of the day, you just have to find something that works, something that you can use, something that you can kind of, be able to practice in training mode and stuff like that. But it is something good to do. Now, crush counter doesn't always happen off of those. Sometimes crush counter just happens if I get this to hit and you're pressing a button. If it counter hits, right? That's why they call it crush counter. So this, comes like that. And this happens, and it ran, and if for some reason it crush counters, you have to like be able to say, oh, this is, I can do this or that. A lot of times, what you want to do is you want to do this, and then cancel the V skill. That's usually gonna help you when you get a crush counter combo. Okay, so go ahead and do heavy kick. You know how to V skill, right, or no?
I think I got the other one.
Okay, it'll still work. It'll still work. So you could just do heavy kick, and then right when the kick's about to hit or hits, you can press V skill. So cancel it. It's just like a cancel. So press 1 and then V skill. See if that works. I wonder if it does work. Yeah. Or try to do like crouching heavy punch V skill. I'll just block so you can see. Yeah, okay, that works. Okay. So you probably probably doesn't work on stand heavy kick. Alright. So V skill is always very important. Obviously V trigger is important. We'll get into V trigger at the very end. What else? We also have dashes, forward dash and back dash. Like we talked about earlier, back dash is a good way to get out of throws. So like, go ahead and knock me down with a sweep, and then go and try to throw me when I get up. See, I can backdash it, right? So like, backdash puts you in aerial state for a little bit. That's why you can't throw me. As long as I'm not on the ground, you can't throw me, right? You have to have me on the ground to do it, so that's why backdash works. But backdash doesn't protect you from hits. So if you knock me down and then go for like a hit, I'm like a hit, crush counter. Even crush counter, because it doesn't give you counter hit state. You know, you are like counter hitting me because I'm doing a movement, right? So that's kind of like you could already kind of understand like that's the 50-50 of it all, right? Are they gonna block? Well, I mean, technically it's 33% because I can block, I can throw, or I can press a button too. So it's kind of like one of those things where you know you have to you kind of have to understand what you want to do. The main thing you have to understand is when nobody has meter. If I don't have meter and you don't have meter, and you get a knockdown, it's all you. You do what you want because there's not much I can do. If I knock down, I get to be. I have all the freedom to do it without fear of you DP because it's not gonna work. DP is not gonna work, right? And if they go for it, they're gonna get stuffed, right? Like go ahead and knock me down and do a hit. That worked because you were a little too early. Try it again. Dude, just a little late. Oh, this time a little late. Do it again. A little early. It is timing. There's definitely a timing to it. There you go. Perfect. That's where it worked. I still DP, but you hit me, right? But if you do it again, go ahead and knock me down and do it again. There's nothing you can do. Right? You're gonna get hit. Okay. And it's very important. I want you to knock me down. And I want you to look on the right side. Like you see my name, Broly Leg, rank, and you know that. I want you to look under that, like lower than that, like middle screen. So knock me down and watch that. You're gonna see a word called reversal come out. See that reversal? So what reversal means is basically you inputted the move at the first frame that you could, right? So I want you to DP, right? I'm gonna knock you down, and I want you to DP. That was reversal. Good. Okay. If you're anywhere late, your invincible frame might not work because you're not ready yet. You're not utilizing that first frame. So reversal timing is very important when you want to uppercut or when you want to do stuff. It just helps you kind of bypass certain things. Okay. So something you just want to keep in mind, and just remember, like, just to know that timing. So when you want to use your EX to get out, that's the timing you need. Okay. Let's see. Let's go back to learning some other combos. No. We'll talk about plus stuff in a bit. I mean, we pretty much covered his main combos that he does. Obviously, a lot of things are like straight hits. So like, I got this low medium kick, and you can cancel it into Tatsu. That combo, right? And this is gonna be kind of like your footsie tool, right? You need something that pokes. So like your two best pokes in this game is this and this. Except heavy kick doesn't cancel into anything. Only into V skill 1, I guess, or V trigger. But it doesn't combo into anything. But it does crush counter. So it does have its uses. If it crush counters, you could definitely like go for a combo or something like that. So you have to be careful. And you can just use it, but it is pretty slow. And if you miss it, it is punishable, or not punishable, but it's kind of easier nowadays to whiff punish it. Okay. You can also poke with crouching middle punch, but also obviously crouching middle kick goes further, and then you can just cancel into Tatsu. You can cancel anything. You can cancel to Fireball. You can cancel into DP. You know, obviously you start weighing your options. Like out of the three, which one's safe? Which one should you not get punished? If you were to do crouching middle kick and you canceled, you got Fireball, you got Tatsu, you got DP. Which one is the safest one? Which one do you? Yeah. Which one do you think it is? Pop quiz.
Probably Fireball, right?
Right. Perfect. Because it's not gonna get you. You're not gonna lose from it, right? You know. But it doesn't knock down. See how there's a risk or reward kind of thing. So like low risk, low reward, but it's low risk. Like there's no risk. So you can do this and not be punished, and you're fine. You can do this all the live long day. But if you do the other ones, you get a knockdown. So the reward goes higher, but the risk goes higher too. So it's one of those things where you have to be sure that you're hitting to go into Tatsu. You don't want to do it if you're not sure, because it's not worth the risk. You know, like, you're gonna take too much damage if this gets blocked. That's why jumping is important, because you can see that you're hitting him. So now that I see that I can hit him, I know this is gonna work. I know it, right? Like, there's no risk, because as long as I execute it, there's no risk to it. It's gonna work 100%. So that's why jump-ins are kind of important and good, because you get to, you know, do different things and work your magic and all that stuff. So you get to just, you know, confirm. And that's what hit confirming basically is. And that's why it's kind of important. Like, I could do that, right? I can do that combo, but I want to be able to hit confirm it. I don't know if that's blocked, I can get punished by that. So I want to do something that's not gonna, you know, that's gonna help me hit confirm, right? Give me an extra step so that I know, oh, that's gonna work, right? So usually you want to add in extra buttons, but like, that's if the combo works. Ken unfortunately doesn't have that very well. Like, it's not like I can do 2 hits off of this crouching middle kick. It's not like I can hit through that, right? It's not like I can do anything from there, right? So, yeah, you know, I have to kind of tell myself, do I want to confirm or not? But if you miss something, or like, go ahead and do crouching heavy kick, I can hit confirm that, because I know it's punishable, right? I know it's punishable. Go ahead and do it again. So I can combo that without having to worry or think about it. I can just do that, get the knockdown. You know where I'm going with this? So that's why punishing is super important, because you get to make choices, and it helps you get, like, you know, stronger damage combos and things that are knocked down, rather than just trying to guess when this is gonna hit. The better players, the good players, could hit confirm off of these, or they can see it hit, and they can, like, almost slow it down enough to where they can go into it, right, without having to worry about it. But it is dangerous. That's kind of like the thing about Ken. You can live with it, you know, or you can die from it. And the better you are, the way you can see things and hit things, the better the further you'll go with the character and stuff. So, very, very important thing to do. Next thing let's talk about is anti-air. This is your anti-air, crouching heavy punch. So if I jump at you, you want to get it right there on me, right? Good. Oops. Now, it's very hard to protect your cross up from here. Alright? And we're gonna talk about cross ups. You know, we talked about the I showed you what to press for cross ups, but you don't want to be able to like do something like that where you just have to do a cross up or anything like that. You want to make sure that you're can get on the other side of things and have a way to, you know, block and be able to see which side they're coming from, you know. Cross-ups are something that is very distance based. You can't just, you know, like, you have to know how far our opponent is. Characters jump at different ranges. Most of the time it's not that big a difference. Like, you know, I want to like maybe 80% of the cast jump the same way. So it's not really like something that you have to study and get down. But like, there's other characters like Dalzum who jump really floaty, so like they won't really cross you up in the conventional way that like Bison will or Ryu will, you know. So but different angles matter, you know. Some characters have really good cross-ups, some characters have poor cross-ups or no cross-ups at all. Like Balrog has no cross-up at all, so you never have to worry about that. And that's fine. We could talk about Gil's cross-up too, so we'll show you that. I think his cross-up is light kick. You can try middle kick. I'm not 100% sure, but I know for sure light kick is his cross-up. But I'm gonna let you do it so I can show you the defensive side of things. Okay. So I want you to cross me out and then just do jump light kick because I know it works. So go ahead and cross me out. Or no, you know what? I think it is middle kick. Or, no, okay, no. I thought that was light kick, but no, it's light kick. It's light kick. So jump and at the very last second do light kick. Don't do it too early. right? So that's cross up, right? Try it again. Alright, try it again. Alright, good. Okay. And you can combo with jab, right? So right when you land, just jab a light punch. Yeah, just a little quicker. It's hard because the light kick doesn't give you a lot of plus frames. So you just gotta, yeah, there you go. See, kind of like that, you know, just really, really fast. And the angle is a little bit weird. You kind of have to have it like right there. You go. There's setups to it and stuff like that. So, well, you know, something you can get like I can knock you down and then no, I can get a cross up, right? Because I know how far it is and I know you're getting up. So there's nothing you can do about that. Let's talk about that right there. The way to block cross up is there's nothing you can do and you have to block it. You gotta block it the other way. You gotta block it forward, right? So if I knock you down and I go for a cross up, yeah, go forward, right? Like walk out. Okay, there you go. That's how you block it, right? You block it the other way, okay? Because there's nothing you can really do about it. Like you don't have an uppercut with Gil. You don't have a way to stop that. So when that happens, you have to block it. You're kind of at its mercy, right? If you don't get up, this is another reason why you use your teching and all that stuff, so that you don't get caught up in these you know mix-ups and stuff like that. You don't get caught up in these um you know, you don't get caught up in these kind of situations where you have to block for no reason, you know. So, so go ahead and cross me up. So if I walk forward, I'm gonna block it, right? So like that's one way to get out. Because like, go ahead and do it one more time. If I go for this, actually, like right here, go ahead. See how I miss? Go ahead and do it again. See that? I'm getting stuck. Right, my anti-air is getting stuck. Right, do it again. That's getting missed too, and you can crush counter that. Right? So, both of those options right there that I just taught you how to anti-air. Well, this is another anti-air, right? DP is another anti-air. So, like, if you jump from here, go ahead and jump at it. Whoops, I did not do it. Alright, do it again. Whoops, I did not do it. Okay, that's an anti-air too. That one's a more clean anti-air. Basically, you don't have to really think about it. You see them jump, you DP, you're good. Right? Go ahead and do it one time. Okay. Right? So, like, this was one of those things where if you can practice yourself, if you're playing a DP character, you can use this to help yourself. Now, DP is hard, and it requires more movement and more buttons or inputs, but it is a cleaner anti-air. But the problem is, if you go for a cross-up, it won't work. You know, stuff like that. Now, that one won't work, but it won't work too much. Like, I'll go into that later, but go ahead and jump at me again. See, so like, you know, it makes it harder to go for a DP in that situation. Right? So, cross-ups kind of avoid that situation. And cross-ups are strong in that sense because your anti-air stuff kind of gets away. So, one way to defend against this is if you do like an air to air. So like if you jump at me, I can air to air you really quick, right? It takes a little bit of a reaction. You can do it too. So I'm gonna jump at you and you can jump back down. Okay? So, and you have to jump with me, right? So just jump backwards, and then and then press the button. So, okay, just like that. Right. And you want to try to do it as soon as you jump. Yeah, so that you don't let me, so I don't get to like press the button. Just like that. Very good. Your normal anti-air with Gil is gonna be crouching heavy punch. Right, so crouch down and then heavy punch. So if I jump at you, yep, and you can do that, right? And then you can do down to back punch. Right, like Tots. I think it's his lariat. Do down to back punch, right? Like kind of like Tatsu, but like down to back, so like down to back punch. I think it's like with jab or something like that, or medium or something. You should be like it should do that. Yeah, okay. So do that. So then do crouching fierce into that fireball, whatever. Oh, crouching heavy punch. Oh, it's okay. There you go. And then yeah. And you want to cancel it. I think you can do it into medium. Medium kind of shoots it higher for some, things like that. Gil's more like, you have your 4 moves is like down to forward punch, down to forward kick, down to back punch, down to back kick. Those are his 4 moves, right? And I think the kicks make him move forward. It's his lariat. The punches make fireball, right? So whenever you're juggling like that, you want to find out. And then the thing about him, about Gil, is he he's all about fire and ice. So if you mix up the two, you get extra combos going in. If you like, if you set someone on fire, if you set me on fire, and then you do an ice move, right? Then it works. It depends on the move. Like, what's the thing that you can do that'll work? Do down to back heavy kick. Yeah, cause you can tell when I have ice or fire. Do down to forward heavy kick. Okay, there. No, that doesn't work either. Yeah, there's definitely ways to do it. I'm not 100% sure which does what, but basically, if you know I'm on fire and you do an ice kick, it pops me up more, right? So it's something that I know when you're in V trigger it works and stuff like that, but we'll go into it. Now I did see that you picked V skill 2, which is good. That's your parry, right? So go ahead and do V skill, right? So you can use it as an anti. So at the last second you can V skill me, right? So go ahead and there you go. And you could do crouching heavy punch right after V skill. So do V skill crouching heavy punch. See, you can do that, right? Or you can do a combo, right? You can do stand middle punch, crouching middle punch, right? Do it real quick just to show you. So do standing middle punch, standing and then crouching. So standing, crouching, like that. Okay. Okay, so you can do something like that. So, you counter hit me. You just do a V skill first.
Oh shit.
Yeah, it's okay. I think what you can do, actually, I don't think that works. I think what you can do is do standing middle punch and then jab, like right after. And then light punch. Yeah. Try that. Okay, no, that didn't work. Okay. Do crouching middle punch into standing punch. Light punch. So yeah. There you go. That works. So you can cancel that jab into, like, a light version of his lariat. He's a little bit tougher, but his combos still work and stuff. He doesn't have anything like straightforward, kind of like Ken does, but he's still usable, right? He has his own combo path, so we would have to like go into it. Anyways, let's just finish the counter hit stuff. So like anti-airing and so, or like the cross up stuff. Make sure that whenever you see me jumping over you, walk under me, because there's nothing you can do about that. Like you can't. Well, okay, Gil can counter it, right? So you can do V skill. So if you do V skill, you can do V skill still. Even if I cross you up, press V skill. There you go. And you can throw me, I think, right after you do it. So do a throw. So then you can throw me. Okay. You can do other things. You can combo me and all that stuff. You just have to find the right path, the right one to do. But you can definitely combo me. I think you can always do crouching fierce. Try that. Try V skill and the crouching fierce. Okay, no, maybe not. No, too slow. So, but you can do like middle punch. Like do middle punch. It just takes a little bit of time. Jump ins are kind of weird. Like you definitely can counter them and stuff like that and do stuff with it, but it's kind of weird because right when I land, I'm kind of like safe. I'm kind of like canceling all my frame data. So like it's something you can do, but again, you want to avoid getting crossed up. That's the main thing. You don't want to get comboed. You don't want to get crossed up and stuff like that. So mobility is always moving. It's always important. Knowing your jump ins is very important. Things like that in that nature. And then knockdown is super important. So like if you do crouching, like basically do crouching middle kick into Tatsu. Basically like Ken. So just do crouching middle kick. So crouching medium kick into like, so basically you're gonna do this. Crouching middle into Tatsu. So do the same thing. Medium. I think that was light though. So do medium, crouching medium. Okay, there you go. So do that, and then do Tatsu right after that. Like that. There you go. That's a combo, right? So do it again. Okay, and now, anytime, this is a golden rule that I want you to have. Anytime you knock down, anytime I knock down, I'm dashing forward. You get a free dash. Anytime you knock me down, you get a free dash. The only exception is if you do sweep, because you can get, if you can get punished like that, or throw. So if I throw, I don't like, Ken can do it, but actually I think Gil can do it too, but you don't really want to dash in those setups. But anytime you do another combo, like if you do crouching heavy punch, you can dash up, right? And your goal, at the end of the day, your goal is to keep going until you're right there. You don't want to stop, but you never want to double dash. You just want to dash up once and keep an eye on what your opponent's doing. This is kind of like how meaties work in a sense. Okay, my goal. Let me kind of end this session with learning about meaties. My goal is when I knock you down, I want to hit you before you're able to do anything. Hit you before you're even able to jump. You can't even jump. Can't press buttons. You can't wake up. Especially for Gil. There's nothing he can do. Nothing. There's not even counter. Not even parry because it takes frames to start it. But I'm hitting you on frame 1. Right? So there's nothing you can do. Right? There's nothing. So what you need to remember is when you're dealing with this situation, when you're dealing with this setup, or if you're going to do it. So if you do crouching heavy punch, keep walking until I wake up. So do crouching heavy punch. Right? Keep walking, and then you press a button right when I get up. You know, standing middle punch, crouching middle punch, whatever, right? So go ahead and do it. So I'm gonna mash jab. You're almost there. Do medium, because the thing about jab is too small. There you go. Perfect. That was perfect. Perfect. Okay. The reason why you do medium is because it has more frames. It has more active frames. So basically, there's a longer window to hit versus jab, right? If I try to meet you with this, I can do it if I time it perfectly. This one, I don't really have to time perfectly. I just have to be kind of in the general area, but I'll be right, you know, because it covers a lot of time. That's when you see frame data and you see active. That's what it means. When it's active, it means it's hitting for that many frames. So if my move is active for 4 frames, it's saying for 4 frames it's hitting. No matter what's going on, it's going to be hitting. But jab usually has 1 or 2 frames active, and that's it. So it's harder to get those to meaty, but you can still do it. Okay? So walking up to somebody, being on top of them, and pressing a meaty button, that's always important that you want to do. So you can continue combos so that you can make things work. Now, the only thing I'll tell you is you can meaty with every button, but that doesn't mean you should. Because you shouldn't meaty with like sweep. Because if you meaty with sweep, you're gonna be punished. Because it's still negative, right? So you still got you got buttons that are positive. Usually the light attacks are positive. Usually your medium attacks, or at least like standing middle punch, crouching middle punch, are positive, depending on the character. You want to do something positive so you can go again. If you do something that's negative or punishable, you can't go again. It's their turn. Even if you do a meaty, it doesn't matter because it's gonna be their turn to do something, right? But meaties are super important because it allows you to do more moves and allows your opponent to make more mistakes, right? If they don't do the right thing, guess what's gonna happen? They're gonna get hit, right? Any questions?
You pretty much you cover everything.
Okay.
I mean, it's other stuff you can call. Yeah.
Right. It's a lot. Usually sessions like these, like first ones and stuff like that for beginners, it's really it's a lot. So I try to do kind of both. I try to like have a lot of information, but I also don't want it to overwhelm you because it is a lot of information to hold in and to learn. So I think, you know, the main things you have to really learn right now is just learn your combo, your routes, learn what works, right? And I think the canceling part, you're getting there. You know how to cancel. Something you have to just practice. We all practice this every day. But it's mainly about learning what works. What's your combo like? You know, we learned a couple with Ken, you know, with his crouching middle punch and then back middle punch. We learned middle kick. target combos which worked out for you. With Gil, it's a different story, but he also has his own combos. So you basically just have to look up what works, and find out. Um, practice your anti-airs. Anti-airing is probably the most important thing in the game because everyone jumps. You're gonna run into that a lot, especially if you play ranked. Everyone's gonna jump. So the fastest you learn your anti-airs and your damages off of anti-airs, the better you'll be. And and then yeah, meaties, right? Practice your meaties in a sense. Make sure you're teching on the ground a lot. Like that's another thing that's important, so that you don't get meatied yourself. You want to avoid the meaty. Sometimes you can't. Sometimes you're stuck. You're just, especially if you're in the corner. That's why it's important to be in the corner, because they can't get out, right? They can't move around and stuff like that. So, um, yeah. And if you ever have questions, just hit me up, right? I'm always here. Um, if you have questions,
This app.
yeah, on Discord or anywhere else. I think this is easier. Discord, I know it's new to you, but it's definitely easy. Like you can use it just as a message thing. It literally just private messages me anytime, so I'll see it whenever you send it. I'll see it and I can answer questions and stuff like that. And and yeah, like it's good to there's different Discords that you can go into. There's definitely Discords for beginner players in Street Fighter Five. There's specific character Discords like for Ken and Gil that you can learn tech off of. So Discord is really really good. It's kind of like what everyone does nowadays, but it's just something you have to get used to, or something you got to learn about, which is fine. But for now, you can just use it to message me if you have questions, and if you plan on doing more in the future, we'll be doing this like this all the time, and
Okay.
and figuring out what you want to do. But take in what you learned today. Don't rush into things. Just do things more. Like the two things that you just have to learn is taking on the ground and combos. Those are your major points. As long as you get those down right now, you have a good basis of what you want to do, right? As long as you know that, you can always move on to the next thing. The next thing is gonna be like, okay, how do I punish, right? What's my best punishes? But you have to learn how to combo first. So if you get combos down, then you can block something and say, oh, I can punish that with this, and you go into it, right? So just take it slow, and if you have questions, just hit me up anytime. And if you want to do more, I'm always available anytime of the week.
All right, man. Definitely.
No problem, man. If you don't have any more questions now, I'll let you go and hit you up sometime in the future or whatever.
Okay. Yeah, for me again for sure.
All right, man. I will talk to you later. Have a good day.
All right, you too.
All right.